Hi, it's me again, and now you're wondering why I'm wearing mask. Probably you know it by now. It's not really sad to open a new year with this kind of thing. But I'm still so grateful it happened. And I'm going to embrace it, accept it fully from my heart that it's my time to have it. And I'm not gonna dwell with the result of positive, but instead I'm going to think of how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to finish the 10 days with something that I'm going to learn from it, that I'm going to share it with someone who's going to have it in the future. Because with the situation we have in now, we never know when it's going to finish. We never know when it's going to stop. So we have to be ready because, you never know when. You never know where you get. Because for me, I don't know actually where I contained it. Because I've been very careful, but still did hit me. But regardless of the result, I'm still very lucky that I'm not going through this kind of hard moments of being a positive patient. But something that I learned is just to be yourself, just to love yourself, just to keep things with you simple. Don't be hard on it, because thinking negative about what is in you is really going to make you more worse than you never thought. And something that you have to think when you have the result is, it's life. It's a new form of life. That's what they said. And I've been to my PCR or swab test or antigen, and it was so awful, to be honest. I'm not scared of the result, but I'm just scared of this test because I know how it feels like. And you have to be very brave about that. And me, I'm not, because I was crying when I had the test actually. So the nurse who did it for me just saying, okay, it's pobrecita, it's got out PTU. But she was very, 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 very good at doing it and kind of inspiring you to be you when you're in there. So this is my first day, my quarantine, and I'll see how can I share the journey of my daily things that I think it might work for me, for you, and to anyone who's in need of this kind of thing. Well, I'm still thinking of what I'm going to do. I've got lists on it. One of it is my yoga meditation or yoga routine, and in White's world, and it's always gonna be nice to be here and share everything. So watch and see what is gonna be in there. And for my first day, I was told to have this hot steam. When we were young, we were doing it actually. So I'm just enjoying the fun of experimenting things. And they said you're going to boil water with salt and Vicks before up. I don't have Vicks, so that's why I just put salt on it. And I have to embrace this kind of new thing. It's kind of weird doing such a thing, but it's kind of fun sometimes. You're looking back later and you're going to smile and you're going to say, what am I doing? But home remedies really are good ones. And yes, part of my healing process is doing my meditation, which I'm doing it sometime if I'm going to do my yoga practice. But breathing exercise is, it's must. Most especially if I'm doing the practice, I'm going to start to do my breathing exercise, then gonna be my warm-up, and then I'm going to do with all the poses in there. So that's the one that is helping me with coping up with everything, with meditation and things like that. So it's my first day in quarantine, so I have to be very resourceful for what I'm going to do, so I'm not gonna be bored. And giving you some sights on my second day. I transferred the place, so I have to took a taxi from the first house that I have been, and then I came to my room in here so that I can isolate myself just by myself. And yes, I'm enjoying the fun in here. Not really, but quotation. I'm doing lots of things like eating, something like that. And today I've had my cacao latte with me with orange and toasted bread, actually, which is normally I'm not eating. I have to eat. And yes, done my yoga just before that, and of course with having fun in the YC world, and having all this kind of stuff and thinking what I'm going to do next. But something is already programmed in there. And let's take a look at all the things that I have received today from friends, from people who really are caring for me. So you're gonna love it. And yes, this is what they've delivered to me today, because I wasn't allowed to go inside supermarkets and buy things like that. It's completed actually with my plastic cutleries, with my disinfectant thing, Sanitol, and with a box of food to eat, bread, oranges, and vitamin. Is food and oranges, and my favorite bibingka, which I'm going to have it for breakfast. And and an orange juice. And I have my vitamin C. And I have an extra antigen, because after I finish my 10 days quarantine, I have to test it again if I've got it negative or what, because I have to have it just before I'm going to work. And I've got some noodles in there, Vicks Vapor Rub in there, Sky Flakes in there, which I'm going to munch it while I'm just staying alone in the room. And they're going to say, you eat, but just only have to have a little bit sometime, not every time. And this is my lunch. And it was a takeout from 4-Star Hollywood for me, from Kuya Leo, because he's working at 4-Star Hollywood. And yan yung dinner ko din, with tea, ginger tea, and chicken with vegetable and rice. And lemon and gingerbread tea, and yes, that's the first and second day of my quarantine, the journey of going in there until 10. And I hope you like it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again. Namaste.